Welcome to Talk Travel with Heather Tate, North Mississippi's podcast for savvy travelers. Talk Travel with Heather Tate is a weekly podcast that airs every Monday on the Shark 102.3 FM radio station based in Ripley, Mississippi, and is then released as a podcast. Travel advisor and travel enthusiast Heather Tate of Whimsical Destinations gives listeners expert travel tips curated through the years of personal and professional experience. By clicking subscribe, you'll have a new travel tip to add to your collection delivered to your podcast library every Monday. Talk Travel with Heather Tate is brought to you by Sun Bear Studio. Sun Bear Studio is a boutique recording studio in the heart of Ripley, Mississippi. When you record with us at Sun Bear Studio, we can mix, master, register, and publish your music, your podcast, or your family story. Email us when you're ready at sunbear@jc.media.
This program was recorded at Sun Bear Studio in Ripley, Mississippi.
Good morning, Northeast Mississippi travelers. This is Heather with Talk Travel with Heather Tate, and I'm so excited to share my adventures and tried and true tips with you, whether you are also a seasoned traveler, a hopeful traveler, or currently an armchair traveler, meaning you're going to follow along with us from home for now. This is our 174th episode of Talk Travel with Heather Tate, and we hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving last week. We talked about some Thanksgiving travel tips, and we are keeping up the spirit of the season for this week because we're going to talk all about Christmas light destinations. One of my favorite Christmas traditions from my childhood was driving around looking at Christmas lights. So in the spirit of Christmas lights, I'm going to provide you with some ideas for your own Christmas lights adventures. If you have not been to the Ballard Park Christmas lights display, they're beautiful. You can walk through there. I definitely recommend walking instead of driving. They have Christmas trees that are all decorated. Different organizations have decorated them, and they have a contest for, the best trees. There's a new playground also there at Ballard Park, so it's great to check out with the kids. There's a lot of lights to walk through and see there. There's 2 Christmas caves. Now, one we went to last year, and it was at Rickwood Cavern State Park, very near Coleman, Alabama. So if you're going to the Coleman Christmas market this year, which another fun place to see Christmas lights, then it is worth going there. Also, the Ave Maria Grotto is located there. So you could do all 3 of those. And the Wonderland Under Warrior is a great way to get to see Christmas lights no matter what the temperature is, because you would be inside a cave. Now, if you were to ask my boys, I did make them go last year, and we did it just going to the cave and back. And it was about a 2.5, 3-hour ride from Guntown to get there. So I recommend, if you're already going to the Christmas market in Coleman, it's worth doing several things in the area versus making it a day trip. So is it possible? Yes. But it was a long day trip, and it really only took us 30 to 40 minutes walking through the caves. Now, it was fun, though, because not only were the caves decorated in Christmas lights, but you also had some character appearances, including the Grinch and some penguins. So I thought it was really cute. If you're in Pigeon Forge, which we all know, Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, another incredible Christmas light destination. Anakista, somewhere I'm really excited to go. Also, the Sky Bridge, Christmas lights. Pigeon Forge itself, just driving through, Christmas lights are going to be everywhere. Another cave in that area is called Cherokee Caverns. And so that's a great place to go if you're wanting to have the experience of Christmas lights and caves. Now, another place that's on my list for this year, besides going to Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, will be Asheville. They are really wanting tourism to build back after the hurricane last year, and they have made great strides in recovery. The Biltmore is a Christmas destination in and of itself. If you've never been to the Biltmore at Christmas, you are in for a treat because it is magical. It's the largest privately owned home in America, in the U.S., and it's stunning. They have a candlelight ticket time where you can go, and there will be carols, there will be, special food. The candles are lighting up all of the rooms. It's stunning. And while you're in Asheville, something that's been on my list will be to see the winter lights at the North Carolina Arboretum. And I want to go because it's 434 acres with over 1 million Christmas lights. And not only that, the trolls are there. You guys know I love these giant trolls by the Danish artist and Thomas. And so I love going to see those. And there are more that just arrived. And so from November 15th to January 4th, you can see the Christmas lights and the trolls in the same place. So I will definitely be sharing pictures of that when we go. Now, a few things a little closer to home. The Memphis Zoo this year is doing its first ever Lantern Festival. Look this up on Facebook. I'll provide a link. It's $25 per person. This is a separate entrance fee. So if you go to the zoo during the day and you want to go to this from 5 to 9:30 p.m., then you would require a separate ticket. But it is from November 14th to February 1st. And there are sensory nights. So one thing I wanted to point out about this is if you can't fit it in this month because it's just too busy, then you have the whole month of January. So that's something to look forward to. If January is one of those months where, we're kicking off the new year, but sometimes it feels like it lasts forever. So if you want to have something fun to do and you need to bump some of these things to later, that's something you can do because it's open the whole month of January. Hot Springs, Arkansas has Garvin Woodland Gardens, which is a favorite of a lot of my guests. Rock City in Chattanooga has the Enchanted Garden of Lights. Again, that also started in November 14th, and it goes through January 4th. So again, maybe your Christmas week is packed full. You want something to do after New Year's. Some of these go after New Year's. Same with Stone Mountain in Georgia, just right outside of Atlanta. It goes from November 8th to January 4th, and they have over 2 million lights. Holiday shows, festive music, scenic railroad, Galaxy of Lights in Huntsville, which is at the Huntsville Botanical Gardens. That's been on my list to go so many times, and I just never make it. So I would love to be able to do that this year. I have to mention San Antonio because their River Walk is phenomenal at Christmas. We're actually going there for spring break. And the only other time I went was also during spring break. So my next time I plan to go to San Antonio is going to have to be at Christmas to see the lights. A few more that were recommended by my guests when I asked what their favorite places to go see the Christmas lights. Gulfport, Harbor Lights. So if you're listening in central or southern part of Mississippi, check that out. Brandon, Mississippi has the Magic of Lights display. And then Pearl, Mississippi has the Southern Lights at Trustmark Park. So I'm sure there are even more places. And I want to hear what your favorite place to see the Christmas lights, whether it's near, locally here in Northeast Mississippi, somewhere further out, whether it's in the south part of the state or in another state here in the south. Let us know your favorite place to go see the Christmas lights. I'll have a post up on our Facebook group later today, Heather and Logan Tate, Whimsical Destinations. So wherever you go see the Christmas lights this year, we hope that you make some amazing memories. Get the hot chocolate, the apple cider, take lots of pictures, have a lot of fun together because life is short and you want to make it count. Happy holidays.
This show is made possible by JC Media, LLC in Ripley, Mississippi. JC Media owns the Shark 102.3 Classic Rock FM radio station where the show is hosted, and Sun Bear Recording Studio where the interviews are recorded. We need your feedback and support. If you listen to the podcast on a player like iTunes, Google Podcasts, or Amazon Music, please subscribe to the show and leave us a review. We also have an email in which you can share your feedback. That email is theshark1023@gmail.com. Subscribe to our podcast on your favorite app or stream episodes online at shark1023.com/podcasts. Today's episode was produced by Melinda Marsalis. It was edited by Rick Williams and engineered by Chris Marsalis. The podcast technician is Joyce Grady.